Welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Da-na-na. Well, today is September the 30th, and on this day in 1938, the Munich Agreement was signed. So the Munich Agreement was a agreement between Germany, the UK, and France. And what it basically was France and the UK giving into when Adolf's demands. I can't say his last name on YouTube because they get all fussy about that, but giving into his demands. This is considered probably one of the worst things that they could have done. This is appeasement. They're trying to appease him so that maybe he doesn't go any further. Even though he had just taken the Sudetenland and then just taking all of Czechoslovakia. They're like, oh no, he won't invade Czechoslovakia. He invaded Czechoslovakia. And they didn't really think there was, we can't stop him, so we'll just let him take it. So they just let him take the rest of Czechoslovakia. And, they just kind of were letting him do what he wanted. And this was in hopes to prevent a second war, Great War. They didn't want a second Great War. That's kind of why a lot of this appeasement happens. These guys are kind of very tired and beleaguered from still the First World War, so they don't want another World War. So they'll do whatever they have to prevent such a war. Now that leads to things that are not so great for certain nations, and it more or less leads to World War II. They think, we're doing this to prevent World War II. Well, it basically leads to it, because then Adolf thinks, I can get away with whatever I want. So why should I stop with just the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia and Czechoslovakia? I'll just take everything that I wanted. And he genuinely thought that the United Kingdom and France would just let him take Poland. He really thought that. And to be fair, he had lots of reasons to think that. They were giving him everything he wanted. So why would this be any different? So, this also leads to one of the most infamous lines from the beginning of what would become this war, which is Neville Chamberlain coming out and saying, "Peace in our time. Oh, don't worry, this will lead to peace in our time." And then literally, not long later, World War II starts. So, yeah. Such a bad move. There was better moves they could have done, but you can understand why they would have made this because of the First World War. It's really colored their perceptions. But now you know.